This episode is brought to you by Content Multiplied. It's not a secret anymore that content creation is really important, but very few people talk about the importance of consistency. And I myself have really struggled with that consistency. And for that reason, I looked for a solution, and Content Multiplied was a really good one for me. Since using them, I've been able to focus on what I enjoy the most, which is recording podcasts, while Myla and her team are really taking care of everything else. Whether you have a podcast, you're holding keynote speeches, you're doing a YouTube series, you're writing a blog, a newsletter, a book, the Content Multiplied team can really take whatever you're producing and repurpose it into a series of micro content, and suddenly you have dozens and dozens of pieces that can be shared for you, and Content Multiplied even takes care of that for you. Unlock your content superpower with Content Multiplied and go to contentmultiplied.com today. That's contentmultiplied.com. Thanks, Myla, and let's go into the show. You are listening to Impact Hustlers, and I am your host, Maiko Schaffrath. I have made it my mission to inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs to solve some of the world's biggest social and environmental problems. And for this reason, I am speaking to some of the best entrepreneurs out there who are solving problems such as food waste, climate change, poverty, and homelessness. My goal is that Impact Hustlers will inspire you either by starting an impact business yourself, by joining the team of one, or by taking a small step, whatever that may be, towards being part of the solution to the world's biggest problems. In today's episode, I speak to Alon Cohen, the founder of Pika Diapers. Pika is on a mission to eliminate the need for disposable diapers. Every year, 250 billion diapers end up in landfill, which makes them one of the big contributors to non-recyclable waste and to climate change. Reusable diapers have been available for ages. That's nothing new, but many parents still hesitate using them due to the complications of cleaning them and also hygiene concerns of washing them in the ordinary washing machine. And this is why Alon and his team have developed a purpose-built washing machine for reusable diapers, which cleans soiled diapers within just an hour. And it's great to have you on the show, Alon. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Maiko, and thank you for having me in our podcast. It is a great pleasure to hear it.
Thanks so much. So give us a brief overview of the problem that you're solving with Pika Diapers. What's the environmental impact of diapers at the moment, and how are you solving it?
Yeah, so there is a big problem with disposable plastic diapers. Each baby is using 6,500 diapers. They basically all go to our landfills. It is a big problem, not only in the modern world. It is also exists also in third world countries. It is almost 258 billion diapers going to our landfills every year. And it is not. It accounts between 2.5 to 10% of the total waste that we are throwing to our landfills. And yeah, it is something. It is a big problem that only grow. If it's with babies, and also with elders that also it is a population that only grow. It is basically all disposable plastic diapers made for plastic. They're almost not going to to recycling. So it also parents don't want to recycle this. Don't want to recycle this kind of products because who wants to have this pack of soiled diapers, soiled dirty, smelly diapers in their house, and then to throw them just like they're throwing a glass or paper. So it is a very, very unique type of waste that no one wants to contain in their house.
Yeah, got it. And you're a parent. I'm not a parent yet. But give us an overview of if you would buy disposable diapers. This is also quite a cost factor for parents, right? So give us a view of like how much parents would usually spend on ordinary disposable diapers.
Yeah, so the current cost of like of disposables, it costs between 60. It can go up to $120 per month. Depends on the type of the diaper. Depends on the type of the brand. And but yeah, so on the other hand, you have also like a sort of like biodegradable diapers that they're like not also 100% biodegradable. But they're also like very, so at that cost, it is also like very expensive. It's almost like 30% of the total cost for parents. It is the diapers. It is a big portion of the cost, and this is why it is a very like so it is a very like price comparative issue. So like many parents that are looking for a more a cheaper way to use the diapers, but currently the prices they're only going up with all the supply chain problems. Um, but so it is a big problem for many parents, and this is why that they are a lot of something called diaper banks that support like parents with free diapers. But it is not enough. Like we have a lot of thing to do in this area, providing parents a much more cheaper way of using diapers.
Mhm. Got it. So yeah, let's talk a bit about how Pika actually works. So we in the intro I already mentioned briefly, but how does Pika work, and how is it better than using an ordinary washing machine or even disposable diapers? Obviously. So how does it work?
Yeah, so the concept of Pika, it is basically making diapers much more with a circular economy concept, less than like manufacture and like using and throwing 6,500 diapers if it is plastic or it is like sort of like biodegradable. So our goal is like to make cloth diapers, the usable diapers, much more easier to use. Currently, parents that are look, it's so sorry. So let's start from the beginning. So it all started like with my data Raz. So as someone that I'm like using the compost, so I try to recycle. So it was very hard for me, like from taking out the garbage once a week to almost every day. Um, so this is how so a friend told me about cloth diapers, but you know as any parent it is like so any time that you have it is like like don't waste time. So if you so like to add to yourself another job to do, it is like not something that you want to do. So I saw that cleaning cloth diaper it is like not so easy. Like you need to take out the diaper, put the feces in the toilet, and then wait until you have 20 to 30 diapers, and then like they're like that you need to contain somewhere in your house, and then clean with your washing machine, like with a 1 cycle, 2 cycles, with a specific detergent, with a specific amount. So this process, it takes about 30 to 60 minutes every day, and this is what we're trying to tackle with Pika. What happened is that my wife told me my wife told me, Alon, look, that this is good, but you will be the one that will be doing all the cleaning. So I started to figure out like some way of solving this issue, and so Pika, it's basically this small machine that you put inside the soiled diapers without any pre-cleaning with our patent pending detergent tablet, and then the diapers come out perfectly clean and also sanitized. The big problem with cleaning cloth diaper with your washing machine is that the end result is not always good, and this is what we are currently solving with Pika. Like basically, the bottom line is to make reusable diapers much more easier to use. without any hassle, without we just want that parents will that they will concentrate on having like good time with the babies without like dealing with all this shit basically.
Got it. Yeah, amazing. And I think at the moment you're in the stage that you have your first machines out there, people are already using them, and then you're kind of preparing for more scaled production of them. Is that right?
Yeah. So like we currently have a very satisfied paying customers here in Israel. They're all very satisfied. They're all telling us that they wouldn't use reusable diapers without Pika, so it is a good sign. We are going to launch soon in the US and also Europe. And yeah, we have like a good team. We have a good structure. Like we are currently setting up the operation to go forward. And yeah, we are in a good we also raised we also raised a few funds. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I will be waiting to have kids until Pika Diapers is available in the UK. So please hurry up so I can have kids. No. Yeah, can't wait for it to be available. I'm keen to learn a bit more about how you actually went about solving this problem, because when you as you said, you were very much solving your own problem as a father, and you felt the pain, right? But there's like many ways of solving this type of problem. You could have dedicated your time to develop a more sustainable disposable diaper that's maybe completely recyclable, or you could have dedicated yourself to just developing a better detergent that's made for diapers that people can use in their existing washing machines. Because I know with the Pika machine as well, you do sell a subscription of a special detergent that works well with diapers. So I'm just wondering, what was your decision-making process to say, okay, there's a problem with the way disposable diapers work right now, but how did you arrive at this specific solution? And was there other options that you considered to solve this problem? How did you go about it?
Yeah, so like my basic assumption was that we need to move from a linear way to a circular way. This is like the main assumption. Going using 6,500 disposable diapers, it doesn't make sense. So we're trying to make to reuse the product. We start with using trying to have some solution with the current washing machine. We figure out that it is very hard. It is also not solving the problem of the fact that parents don't want to clean their soiled diapers in the same place that they clean the clothes. The clothes. Yeah, so it's basically, if we make this fully biodegradable diapers, it doesn't make sense to produce 6,500 units and then to ship them. So all this process, it didn't make sense. But if you have this small bin machine that you put inside the soiled diapers, and then the diapers come out perfectly clean without any without doing anything. And also parents don't need to buy this monthly diapers, and then they just need to reuse the diapers that they currently have. That's it. They don't parents don't have time. This is what my wife always told me, that we need Pika vision is to have this effortless like way of using diapers, just to put inside the diaper and then have like a clean one, and like that's it, without doing anything. Like also to add to that, the fact that we're currently working on adding some way of giving parents the nutrition and also like health like insights. So it will be in added value that currently parents don't have with the current different diaper solution. Yeah, so it's basically this like so Pika, it is basically this like cheaper, like better for the environment, and also better for our like for baby skin, without like putting any plastic on their skin. Yeah, so it's once that we solve all these factors, it will be a no-brainer of using reusable diapers, and it will be much better for everyone, not only parents, like cities, like municipalities that won't need to collect all this waste. And yeah, that's it.
Love it. Amazing. Let's dive a bit deeper into your entrepreneurial journey with Pika and some lessons learned on that journey. So, um, one thing I was wondering is, when you discovered the problem, when you decided, okay, we need to develop this purpose-built machine that cleans diapers. As far as I know, you don't have a background actually in hardware development. I know you have a bit of a team and with a broad range of skill sets. But how did you actually go about figuring out how to build this machine without having done it before? Unless I'm missing something, I'd be super keen to learn.
Yeah, look, so my background is that all my life, so I've been working like in my family business. Like my father has this like factory of like building furnitures. So all my life, so I've been like dealing with machines, with the wood, with the business development, with managing teams. So all my life, so I've been like working like with my hands, but not like not like just like what I, like not exactly what I'm currently like doing with Pika, but it's something like similar. And then I worked in a company called Su that we've done the administration for different hedge funds and so also like venture capital. So I had also the financial side, and like, so also like seeing the startup side of like making. So this company like grew from so I was about like the sixth like employees, like so it grew like to 80, like while I was there. So I saw like how like to build a company like from like zero to a very successful company. Yeah, so I started like to figure out like different ways, if it's like with the chemistry, with so I had this like a bunch of different advisors that helped me with different. If look like in order to get like to some like a solution, like you need to have like specifically with our kind of product, it is like kind of a machines with chemistry, with detergent, with a product design, with textile, with many different like many different areas that you need to be an expert. So we just like gathered a bunch of people that we have that we currently have that support us so if we have some question regarding like some subject, so we just like have this like WhatsApp message, and then we have like an answer like in a couple of minutes. And yeah, so it's basically figuring out like different ways, because like we have been like bootstrapped for a long time. So it was like very hard, specifically with hardware that you need a lot of capital in order to get like to something. But we like managed to use like in already existed like products with a combination of different like hacks that we did in order to have like to get to the point that we currently have like in with having like this like paying customers. Let's say that any other company a company so a hardware company that gets to a product without any capital almost and get with to a point that they have a paying customers. It is very 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 hard, and you need to be right with the resource that you currently have. You just need to, I guess, to figure out ways to get to a minimal product that work. And it is very you need to do it very always with this back and forth approach that you need to rethink if this is the right step that you're doing. If you don't do it, the company just it will basically bankrupt. You need to figure out each way that if it is the right direction. We also we also waste a lot of time going into different direction. If it's with the B2B side, if it's with figuring out different features that we thought that they will have value to customers, but eventually they didn't. So I guess figuring out what to figure out each feature if it is the right solution, if it is the right solution for the customers. If not, just drop it. Don't waste time of solving adding features that the customers don't have any value with.
Hi, it's Maiko here. I want to interrupt this episode briefly to make you aware of two exciting things that are going on here at Impact Hustlers. First of all, if you are a founder solving social and environmental problems and you're looking to connect to like-minded founders like yourself, you're looking to learn from some of the most experienced entrepreneurs, experts, and investors in the world, and you want some support in actually fundraising for your startup, we've built the Impact Hustlers community. We are now about 100 entrepreneurs and founders, and we're growing every month with more founders from all over the world joining us. And we're really here to support each other. And our goal is to build the most supportive ecosystem for impact-driven founders. So if you're a founder, head to impacthustlers.com/community to learn more. And if you're not a founder, but you want to work for impact-driven companies, we have also recently launched something really exciting for you. And that is the Impact Hustlers Talent Collective. This is a group of some of the most ambitious and talented individuals in the world that want to use their talent to make a difference in the world and work for some of the most innovative, impact-driven companies. If you're keen to join the Talent Collective, this is all free of charge, obviously. You can submit your application to the Talent Collective on impacthustlers.com/jobs. And what will happen as a result is that companies will start approaching you through our Talent Collective and share job opportunities with you. We'll also share our weekly jobs update with you, where you see relevant jobs in the field of impact, including from all the previous podcast guests. So you will actually see opportunities from companies that have been covered here on the show, and also companies that are members of our Impact Hustlers community. So go to impacthustlers.com/jobs if you're looking for a job, or if you're a founder and need some support, go to impacthustlers.com/community. Okay, let's get back to the episode now. Got it. And then you also did pre-sales of the machine quite early on. Is that right? Is that one way of how you kind of managed to bootstrap the business so far?
Yeah, we have been profitable from day one, because we just started to do this pilot, and then one of the moms told us, Alon, look, I was that she wants to pay us, and then I said, okay, let's start collecting money, because she had a great value from using Pika. So this is how we didn't want to collect money from parents. They just wanted to give us money, because they didn't I heard like this like comparison like of the founder of Angelis, I think. No, like the founder the founder of like a superhuman, like this email product, that he said that like to ask like the customers how happy would they be if you took some, if you took for them, like, if you took from them the product. So like it is exactly what happened with us, like that we wanted like to take the machine, and then she said, okay, Alon, no, I need it, you can't take it. Yeah, so this is a good like a milestone, I think, like for every company.
Yeah, that's a really good question to ask to your customers when trying to find product market fit. I think he was writing a blog post about that. I think we can find it and link it in the show notes for any founders listening to this. But yeah, really good lessons on asking your customers basically how would you feel if we took the product away from you, and it seems like your initial customers really love it. So what's your biggest challenge right now then? Is it really bringing it to scaled production, or what where's your head at the moment?
Yeah, look, so like our accounts, like it was always like our challenge, like being this like hardware consumer company in like so in a country that only like had so Israel, so it is like the startup nation, like you hear about like this like AI, cybersecurity, medical devices, but like SaaS companies, but nothing about the consumer electronics besides maybe SodaStream, but like no really like B2C like hardware products. So it is like very hard like for us to manage like in this industry without having like too much experience with like in this area. But so it's like mainly with like fundraising, with getting to the right strategic partners. But we did participated in like many like different accelerators. If it is like in Germany, Austria, like we also currently have a couple of strategic partners. So this is how so everything that we do is in order to get into the US and also the European market, because this is all our efforts. Like we did, like we as any other like startup that is located in Israel. What else? Yeah, this like the main issue with our product is that it is like hardware, that it is like everything we do, like we need like to ship, and then it takes a lot of time. So this is like the main, like to move also like from prototyping to manufacture at scale. So it also takes a lot of time with working with the suppliers. But eventually, no, the fact that we have this, that Pika offer a lot of value proposition to our customers. This is what this is the reason that I wake up in the morning and trying to solve this big issue with disposable diapers. So it let's say if the impact if the impact wasn't so high, so so I wouldn't bother to solve this solution, to have this solution.
Love it. And looking at the past and your journey, I'm always interested in what have been some of the biggest challenges for you personally as an entrepreneur. Maybe what have been some of the big struggles in your entrepreneurial journey? Is there anything that comes to mind on that?
Yes, so like my struggling was like my struggle is like basically so I was working so in a position that I was like not talking like too much, but as since I was like a founder and and also like this a CEO, so I came to the point that I speak like to people like so almost like every day, continuously. So I was like stuttering so all my life almost. it was very hard for me to explain to people, like to show them the vision of Pika, especially like to new people, to new people that I need to have this like first impression, to have this like good first impression. Yeah, so I started to find different solutions, like for me, to be this like CEO or so of a company that so I needed like to solve this staffing issue. So I went to different ways, but nothing helped. And then I saw this like movie about a movie called Fantastic Fun Guy on Netflix. And I saw there this like guy that ate mushrooms. So he was stuttering a lot. So he said that he ate the mushrooms, and then the day after he stopped stuttering. He could approach people and hit on this girl that he wanted to ask for a date. So I saw this like movie, and then I was like into like a psychedelic, with solving stuttering. So 2 months ago, I started like my first session, and since then it was a life-changing event. Really, it solved so many issues in my life. So if it's like with pressure, with getting to know anyone, so in a much like deeper level, getting to feel the interest of anyone, to connect with people, so in a much better way. Also, like my stuttering, it is like much less than what it used to be. Yeah, so it was a really life-changing event. I don't want I can say that I recommend to everyone to try psychedelic with therapy, not just to eat some mushroom, or do this MDMA MDMA, but really to do it with someone, and really to solve a lot. I think that everyone, I don't know, should be in this serenity, and then to really to be to be very clear, very transparent about the issues. So about any feeling that you have, and then it will make everything much more easier, much more flowing. Yeah, for me it was a very good experience, and so I also suggest everyone to just to research, and then it might help in many ways. The world, with all this COVID situation, with all this stress, with all this anxiety, it could help a lot of people, and to do a lot of good.
Love it. Yeah.
It could also make peace. I think really it could solve almost any issue in the world. I from my perspective, if you ask me.
Yeah, obviously, as a disclaimer, we can't give any medical advice here, but there is so much more research being done, and there's so much more research being done. And I watched actually a documentary, I think, where they highlighted a study that they're doing here at Imperial College around curing depression with mushrooms as well. And it's apparently one of the first studies in many decades, because there hasn't been any real proper academic trials, or very few being done in the last decades. So it's good that this is being picked up and it's actually helping people. How has this improved your life as an entrepreneur? How has this made you a better entrepreneur? Can you talk a bit about that?
I think that entrepreneur need the self to be this self very calm. So if you're exhausted and think look, like founders have endless tasks. Okay, like they need to prioritizing, filtering every task that you need to do. It is like mandatory. So I think in order to have this a very peaceful way of thinking of deciding exactly what to do, it is essential. So so from my perspective, is just to if you can go if you can get to a point when you can get have this have this, to have this placed when you can decide what to do exactly, and not have this all this noise so it will make your decision making much better. It is something that that any founder needs so in his toolbox. Yeah, so it's look to be this to be to be a founder. It is not the obvious thing to do. I think it's not recommended for everyone, specifically if it is a hardware consumer product. You need a lot of inner strength, really, to if it's with not having income without so if you have a family, it is to not providing income, and to not to work 24/7 without any yeah, no, to push forward with all this exhausting way of doing things. It is you got to have this inner really way of pushing forward. If not, don't do it. Go find some job with a salary, and go do it like this, because it will hurt your mental health, really. It's need to be with a very positive way of that this that what you're currently doing is the right way of you accomplishing your goals that you want to do that you want to do that you want to do. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. And did you ever have that situation where you were bootstrapping Pika, you were under massive financial pressure, and did you find you got under the pressure where you were almost close to reconsidering being an entrepreneur, or is it just in you and you've just pushed on and continued?
Yeah. No, look, it's still yeah, you have you have many expenses. If it's we got we currently have two kids. We have a lot of expenses. We need to spend the time with them. So it's a lot of pressure from different. If it's from family to the partner, to the kids that you need to see them, from the partner, from the co-founders. A co-founder, it is just marriage, so it is you have marriage in your family, so and also with the co-founders. No, stress from all over, from investors, from potential investors, from customers. You have so many. Really, it's so exhausting, but it's worth doing it. I think from at least from our from what we do at Pika. So sometimes I just text with one of our customers asking, look, how it's Pika? Do you so how is it going? So I just got this wait, so I can clear to you. So we took one machine from one of the parents, and so she texted me this a few years ago. She texted me, I missed my Pika. She just sent to me this message like saying that she missing Pika. So this kind of small like stuff, it's what makes me go forward. I think that it is just like this like addict, this like a drug addict that you need this like good like signs, that will remind you that you're doing that you're on the right way. Yeah.
Got it. And I've got one last question for you, and that's about the next 10 years. How does the world look like in 10 years' time if Pika Diapers succeeds? How do you imagine it look like?
Um, yeah. So like from my perspective is like to change the way that we consume, to consume less, to consume without disposables. Almost look, it is like almost like impossible to use that every product will be reusable. But I think that 95% of the products that we use, that they could be circular without if we think like from the point that we make the product that it will be like circular. So I think that it is possible. At any so in the Pika domain, so basically make any kind of any kind of reusable disposable product that needs like cleaning and also be sanitized, so Pika can clean it, to have this like without any like if it's like wipes, like gloves, like masks, everything that needs to be sterilized will be usable, and but with the same user experience as disposables. So this is like very important because eventually, like people don't want to. They like the first thing that they care about is themselves. So like their own like stuff. So like we just need to make like both like work like better for our environment and better for regarding the user experience. So if we don't do like both, the world will end. So this is what we are trying to do, and yeah, this is hopefully. Yeah.
I love that mission. That's so important, and that's what we're doing. You're creating something that's very convenient and the most sustainable option as well, which is great. So thanks, Alan, for joining me. Really wish you the best for the many years ahead for Pika and for yourself and for your family. So thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Maiko. It was a pleasure. Really, it's a great pleasure to that you invited me, and yeah, and good luck with your podcast. I hope that it will that it will inspire like many people to move like to more sustainable, like and also like with a more impact, like eventually to do like good instead of like bad. And just like to think of like the what we can do like for others, like not only for us. It is like the main, I think, like what will make this world a much better place, I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned some valuable lessons from today's guest. I want to share two things with you. First of all, if you're a founder and you're solving a social or an environmental problem with your company, there is something that we've launched recently to support founders like you and to introduce you to more founders that are like minded and that are solving very difficult problems in the world. And that is the Impact Hustlers community. It is a community of over 100 founders that solve problems like climate change, education, the crisis in healthcare, and really pushing the boundaries on what's possible. And what we do as a community, we connect to each other. We run mastermind groups where you can connect to other entrepreneurs and founders. We bring experienced investors, entrepreneurs, and experts in to run workshops and Ask Me Anything sessions. And you can also connect to others in our online community. And we have something for those of you that are actually fundraising. We have an investor matching tool where you get introduced to relevant investors based on the startup that you are building. But it may be the case that you're not a founder and you just want to be part of the change and you want to join some of these companies that you've learned about here at the Impact Hustlers podcast. And we've got something for you as well. We've recently launched the Impact Hustlers Talent Collective. This is a group of some of the most ambitious individuals in the world that want to make a change and an impact with their careers. And you can join the Talent Collective, obviously completely free of charge. You can apply to it. And we will introduce you on a regular basis to companies recruiting people like yourself. So you'll get access to exclusive job opportunities from companies that have been on the podcast, but also beyond that. So make sure that you go to impacthustlers.com/jobs if you're looking for jobs in the social impact space. Even if you're not actively looking right now, you should still sign up and be part of our talent collective. And if you're a founder, don't forget, go to impacthustlers.com/community. Okay, thanks very much for listening, and bye. See you at the next episode.